Welcome to Summer Design. Today I'm going to show you how to blah, 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 blah. So if you don't know how to do blah, 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 watch this video. Welcome to Summer Design. Today I'm going to show you how to change the lining of a leather jacket. Enjoy. So first off, you want to just inspect the jacket. Maybe you can just change a part of the lining instead of the whole lining. In this case, the jacket is quite worn, so I kind of have to change everything. But that's good for you. Now you get a video. So first off, pick up your sprättare, and I'm gonna double check what this is called in English. Now I know what this is called in English. This is called a seam ripper, and that's the most aggressive word I've ever heard. But okay, pick up your seam ripper, and when you do use it, avoid like the pushing action. I know it's tempting, but don't do it. I try to illustrate it here as well, that the pushing action is no bueno, because eventually you will catch the leather and have a ton of work to just repair the leather. So it's way better to just go stitch by stitch backwards and take your time, as I'm doing here. And while we have the jacket apart, just take a look. See if there's any more seams that needs to be taken care of, maybe change a pocket or a zipper. Now is the time, because you have access to everything. But this one looks good, so. And okay, so this part is quite important. Whenever you take apart your lining, before removing the sleeve part, like make a mark where the sleeve meets the shoulder. So most jackets will have a sleeve meeting the shoulder. In this case, it meets on the same. That's a bad example. I'm gonna get a better example. Okay, better example coming right up. So what I'm talking about is where the sleeve meets the shoulder here. When you have the sleeve marked here, it's easier for you guys to find where to attach the shoulder part to the torso part, okay? And you can do the same thing with this seam. Typically a sleeve has two seams, and you will also have like a seam down here underneath the torso that you can use to make another mark on the sleeve. This will help you to get like a very good fit once you want to reattach the sleeve. Okay, now we keep going. Try to use the seam ripper as much as possible, because you're gonna use the old fabric as a pattern for the new one. But using a scissor is totally fine, but try to not remove too much of the allowance. Or if you do, make a note so you know how much you need. And here you can see me place just the old lining. I try to be as thorough as possible and let it lie as flat as possible, because you need the allowance, you need the amount of, just the correct amount really. Because if you have too much, it's not gonna sit well in the jacket, and if it's too little, it's gonna be tight. And the one thing that I would recommend is like this part, like going down here, you can have some excess down here. Not too much. I'm talking like an inch or two. And the same like in the bottom half of your torso. That's a good place to have a little bit extra. You only do the shoulder part from the sleeve, like halfway in, okay? Don't do all the way. I will let you know later in the video why. So hang in there and you will understand why. And here you can see me reattaching the original logo as well. And man, really do this carefully because I've done it wrong so many times. Where the logo like slightly tilts. It's awful. Take your time here and make sure it looks good. Or if you want to be on the safe side, just put it by the pocket. Then it doesn't show if it's tilted. As much at least. And now we can start reassembly. So now the part of the neck, which I was talking about, like this part, I'm going to show you why. What happens is you will be attaching this part of fabric with this part first, and then you will finish this seam all the way. Now, if you would have done the seam all the way, you wouldn't be able to attach this one. Oh no, the sleeve part. This is tough. So basically you will just turn the sleeve inside out as I'm doing here and follow the seam, okay? So the seam of the jacket, the leather part, and the fabric part needs to be aligned. Here, the most crucial part is that it doesn't twist. It's very, very common that the fabric twists when you're a beginner and doing this. So take your time, make sure it's straight with the leather, and you're gonna be fine. And now we're done. This is changing the lining of a leather jacket. I would have chosen another color. Purple was the choice of the customer. I would have preferred something else, but the customer's always right, so hey. And also I like to put back the things I find in the jacket, typically in a pocket or something. Typically it's a good laugh when they receive it back. Alright, so we have changed the lining of a leather jacket. Awesome! If you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, because this will help the algorithm know that this is what we need to see. If you have any ideas or comments, just leave it, and I'll do my best to, well, improve the channel. Have a great day!